on the podcast.
Hi, thanks guys, thanks for having me.
No, you're very welcome. Do you want to give us a little intro about yourself, where you grew up, where you're from, and how you got to what you're doing now?
Yeah, so I'm from Leeds, Middleton, Belial, so I kind of fluctuate between the two. I'm 35-year-old, so I'm getting over the hill, so I need to move a bit quicker. I'm still moving slow though, slower than Ooster. I'm ex-forces, so I spent a lot of my early adulthood in the army, travelling around and doing what squaddies do, having fun whilst getting wars won, really. And as a young child, I used to skate actually. I used to do a bit of rollerblading. Everyone knew me for rollerblading, which isn't much of a manly sport, but I used to love jumping around on my rollerblades and grinding down rails. And I did a bit of boxing, and I used to do a bit of breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
Yeah, I do a bit of this and a bit of that. You know,
I think we're going to get you to bust the robot out before then.
A bit of that. A bit of that to boogaloo. So
let's get into it, because this is going to be a fucking big one, man. So the army. So when did you join, and
why did you join?
Why did you join?
Well, I was flying around on motorbikes as a kid with one of my pals, Adam Wilson. God bless his soul. He died a few years later after I joined the army, actually. But we were growing we were growing our friendship. We were in the early stages of our friendship. He was a good kid, and I obviously, I consider myself as a good kid. When we used to fly around on the motorbikes on fields and such, but to get there we had to get on the roads to get to the fields, as young kids do. So my dad had built me a motorbike, and I went to go pick him up, and I was wearing a helmet, and he wasn't wearing his helmet, and we had to bus. And subsequently, I got the book thrown at me by the law, lost my license, which I didn't have at that time anyway. I was 16-year-old, and then I got an injury. I broke my leg, and he twisted his leg pretty bad. I had to have pins and stuff. He had some scars on his face, but the guy, he fully recovered. And I decided when I recovered I wanted to join the army. When my brother was already my brother was in the army for nearly 2 years at this point. And when I got there, when I got in the army, it was like a fresh breath of air, fresh breath of air. So, and it just made me feel like I was doing something that was worthwhile. It was either that or go to jail, because at some point I wanted to be in jail. Flying on a motorbike, it's about that or dead. Yeah. So I thought, well, I'll take my chance in the army instead, which I did, and it was it was refreshing. New friends, brothers basically. The lads in there, they bond together. And I got sent to Northern Ireland for the very first time, very first tour, for 2.5 years, and it was I don't know, it was just like a lads tour, like going on holiday with all your boys for 2.5 years, in between doing like riot training and doing patrols and everything else you have to do whilst you're in the army.
Yeah, it was. I was just about to say, was Northern Ireland pretty intense then? When was it? Was it all the?
No, it wasn't in the Troubles, man. This was like early 2000s, So it was towards the end of everything really for Northern Ireland. I mean, I don't know what the current situation is over there with the politics and whatnot, but I don't really read into it anymore. It's not my business. No. But it's a case of. You go do riot training. You get petrol bombed by your own people to do your practicing of your drills and skills. Yeah. You'd be getting like, I don't know, just you get civ pop, which is basically your friends will be throwing bricks or baton rounds at you to simulate getting attacked by the Northern Irish rioters.
Right.
So it was pretty intense. Some people got injuries because they didn't do the drills right and burnt their legs and such, and some people just fainted because it was that hot with all the kit. You having your fire retardant suit underneath, your underneath your normal combat jackets. You're carrying a 4-foot shield or a 6-foot shield, and you're carrying your weapon as well, and and your helmet on.
That's intense.
It just got a bit much, but it was at the same time it was enjoyable because we bonded together. We were partying in the block and stuff on the weekends. Yeah. So.
It's like a band of brothers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, there's lads who are in the army now who I still speak to, and you can pick up a conversation that you had, I don't know, 6, 7, even 10 years ago. Like last time we seen you go to Naffy for a burger. You're like, oh yeah, I didn't get you when I'm sorry, mate. Like, yeah, it's alright. Don't worry about getting next time, mucker. You know what I mean? And it's really good because So I mean, some people they fall off the map and they don't want to be involved anymore, don't want to talk anymore, and that's their choice. But the majority of the lads, they stick together. We have reunions and we go like whole Leeds, York, Bradford. And we'll get together and we'll have a good laugh and a good giggle and catch up on old times.
Nice.
So would you say you enjoyed your time there in the army?
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously hard times. You can't say your good times about the hard times, and it makes you appreciate the good times.
Yeah.
And I could tell you some stories like things we've done with like drinking in Bosnia when we shouldn't have been, and we're bringing back absinthe from holidays, sneaking it through, and one night we've been told we're going 2-can rule, and lads are just fucking absolutely off their heads, just in the room, just asleep, snoozing away, and if you get called out, then you really are fucked.
Yeah.
But that's just the mentality of squaddies. Take the risks. You're taking risks all the time anyway when you're in the army. You're enjoying taking a risk.
Yeah. Live for the moment.
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
So what made you come out of the army then?
So a bit of a sore subject this. I was home on leave and I'd had a bit of trouble with a local family, and they'd attacked me. One of the young lads in the family had attacked me in my car with my little girl in the car with me, and I retaliated and I gave him a few clips around the head, like an ingrowing toenail, to clip every now and again. This lad needed a good clip, and his dad and his dad's mates came down to my house and attacked me where my wife and kid were, and we rang the police. And the police being the police, there's no real sense of urgency with them, and they didn't really turn up straight away. There were no, like I say, there were no urgency. I ended up, giving one of them a pretty bad injury, and subsequently I got a lot of time in jail.
Yeah.
I got done for GBH and a fray. So at that point, that one instance, that one movement, that one moment, it took away my livelihood. I didn't see my daughter that much after that, or I would actually see anymore. And I miss daily. She's now a 13-year-old. She's 13 in a few days, and I lost my house. I lost everything basically. So I had to start from scratch.
Basically defending yourself.
Yeah, but at the same time, I've got no regrets, because if I had regrets, then I wouldn't have learned from anything. And I've learned, if anyone ever has regrets, then you've got regrets and you haven't learned from it. Learn. Life's a big learning lesson. It's you've got a regret, then you're going to end up doing that same thing again. Because that thing there you've done, take on board what you've done. Move on, and next time it happens, don't do that.
Just leave it in the past.
Yeah.
It's a very.
Yeah, but then I've created a new family. I'm in a new house. I've got a lovely missus. I've got a stepdaughter, a stepson, and they're absolutely brilliant. I mean, one's very talented with singing, and she's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then I've got my little boy Shay, who's my absolute world. He's 5-year-old on the 22nd, and he's just a little mister.
Yeah.
So he loves to sing. Elsa, Let It Go.
Oh,
that's my only issue I've got with him, and I keep mentioning it to him. You need to start singing manlier songs, kid. So he started singing Jesklin as well, which I thought might be a little bit better.
It's a step up from
There's levels.
Yeah.
So that was the reason I went to jail, and
So to rewind on that a little bit, so how long were you away for then?
I ended up doing just under 3.5 years.
Right.
And to be fair, other than the fact that I lost everything on the outside, other than missing the missus until obviously we split up and missing my little girl, it wasn't hard in there.
No.
Which is quite shit really, because it should have been. I mean, I'd been in the army, so maybe that made things a bit easier. I was already regimented. I was institutionalised already, so routine was routine to me.
Yeah.
Sleeping under
So for
stars.
someone who doesn't know, what's a typical day like?
Oh yeah.
So let's break it down to
so let's break it down for you.
A bit more
So obviously, it all depends on the routine of the jail, really. But
where were you based?
Well based. Where was I at pleasure? I did a few jails. Just purely through going from Cat A to Cat B to Cat C, which are the different types of. You have to fit a criteria. You have to. It all depends on if you're if you're a risk, really, it's all your risk.
Yeah.
Risk
Okay.
levels.
Yeah.
So I did a bit of time in Armley, which was absolutely fucking horrible.
Yeah,
When you walk in there, have you seen Ace Ventura when he walks in that room? In Ace Ventura, Pet Detective,
Mhm.
we've got all the animal heads on the wall, and he goes ah. But you go from the induction wing in Armley, and you walk up into the stairs, and you just look around, and you go like, you think, fucking hell, this is absolutely minging this place. The place is held together by toothpaste.
Yeah.
I tell you, with no toothpaste, that Armley jail would not be standing anymore, because everyone uses toothpaste to put the pictures on the walls.
Really?
And when you go, yeah. So when you go in the cell and you're fresh in the cell and you look on the cell walls, it's literally toothpaste everywhere.
That's mad.
So toothpaste is holding that place together.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you know what? It's been said that the reputation goes ahead of Armley itself. I think everyone knows. Like if he says that,
it's a fucking shit
It's a
hole.
different world. So back to the
so
thing,
the
what's it
routine,
like in there? What's the routine like? What's the days looking
Armley's
like?
a bit different. There's more bang up in Armley. Well, I say that, you know, things have changed a bit with Armley. You know, last time I was in there was 2009. So 2009. You're looking, 9 years ago. It's a long time. You know. So I think routines have changed a lot since then. But when I was there, it was mainly 23-hour bang up. You get an hour.
23 hours.
Yeah.
What do you do in that